The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Good morning and welcome to Johnny's Bite. I trust you have a fine weekend. Like all of issues have come up. The headmaster who sends the BEC candidates to his farm and then they met their untimely death. We've also seen a circular from the GRA suggesting that those benchmarks and the if you like, the breathing spaces that have been given to us on some items, we'll get to that in the coming days, or maybe during paper review session, have been taken off. So will the prices of commodities get tougher and tougher? I don't know, but we will find out in the coming days. But this morning, I want to take you back to Kpong Katamanso. You remember that a few weeks ago, I taken you to Kpong Katamanso. Daddy showed the video of the assembly building, a container, one of their sub-metros in Kpong Katamanso. This is what it looks like, right opposite the Michelle camp. Right opposite it, this is where they move from the container shop to come and demand for, property rate, business operation permit, and all of that. I mean, that's the office, right? That's the office. Stay on it for me. So this is the office of Kpong Katamanso Municipal Assembly. Now, they come from this container office with all the dirt and stagnated water in front, okay? Even though it's a very, very busy road, causes a lot of traffic. They come from this office to come and demand property rate from the guys around the Sabrepor, Magnus Drive area, and all of that. They come and demand for it, unfailingly. All the drinking spots, the chop bars, everything else, they come from this office to demand. Now, we mentioned this a few weeks ago, and nobody has moved in to solve the problem. So you see water is stagnated there. Now, the key question is, over the weekend, they put up a notice. Then they bring it back to the studio. They put up a notice. The Kpong Katamanso Municipal Assembly, they put up this notice suggesting that it's a final warning notice. Pay your property rate on billing number KKMA 0603 7083. That's what they said. Now, the letter reads, property rate due 2021. Please be informed that if the outstanding amount is not paid on or before 26 November 2021, legal action will be taken against you for the sale of the premises for purposes of defraying the amount mentioned above, pursuant to Section 137. Now, what does Section 137 of the Act 936 say? It says that a district assembly may charge fees for a license issued by or on behalf of the district assembly, subject to guidelines in respect of the charging of fees for licenses as may be prescribed by the minister. Now, these monies, the property rate that is collected, are supposed to be used for the development of the people. It says here, do not remove the notice without the permission of the municipal assembly. So this is like a warning, a threat, and under it is a beautiful Ghana lingua that says, Ekome femo kenoya. Ekome femo kenoya, unity and development. That's what they say. When they come and take the money, that's what they say. Now, let's go back to that Magnus Drive area. The residents were getting tired of the muddy road, so nasty, dusty, so unkempt. When it rains, it becomes immoderable to them. It was a health hazard. In fact, some of them have said that they have had breathing problems, inhaling the dust and all of that, and they are told the assembly over and over and over and over again. The assembly collects property rates, collects business operation permits, and it is not just the Kpong Katamanso area. If you go around this whole country, you will find that there are people who pay property rates year on year unfailingly. They come and put some of these bogus notices there. But the thing called development, there's no street light leading to their home. Their roads leading to their homes are bad. They don't have a gutter. There's nothing happening. Now, the folks at Magnus Drive, Sabrepor, decided that they were going to contribute 500 Ghana cedis per household to construct a gutter. Then he showed me how the gutter project started. The gutter project that they themselves, this one, they contributed 500 Ghana cedis. Because when it rains, the water gets into their homes. But they pay property rate. So they decided that they were going to pay 500 Ghana cedis from excavation to construction, through and through to the very end. This is how the project started. Then show me another slide. Another video of how the construction was ongoing. And they had done this on their own. They pay property rate to the state. It is the job of the state to ensure that a gutter is constructed for them because that was their immediate need. The assembly sat aloof and watched, collected their property rate. At that time, nobody came to put a notice there. Now they've done all this gutter by themselves, 500 Ghana cedis per resident. They have done this themselves, dug, excavated, constructed a gutter. Then show me the constructed gutters. They took their destinies into their hands and they decided that they were going to make their lives better. They have finished all of that. Now the assembly comes to say, pay property rate or we will have to sell your property, okay, to defray the cost. And they are asking a very simple question. When you collect our monies, what do you use the monies for? Because per Act 936, the Local Government Act, it says that when you collect the monies, you're supposed to use the money for development of the communities. So you have collected the monies. You have not used it for the benefit of the people. The people have contributed on their own to make sure that they now have gutters. And I showed you how the gutters started. They did the clearing, excavation, construction, everything. 500 Ghana cedis per household. They have finished that on their own. Now you have the effrontery to come and give them the joke of a notice to say, if they don't pay their property rate, they are asking you, what have you used what they paid for? What they paid for in the past. What did you use it for? Because they can't see, they clearly cannot see any kind of development in their lives. And I'm saying it's not just Pokataman. So if you go to Bubuash, it's there. If you go to Kwadaso, it's there. If you go to Nyankpaduri, it's there. If you go to Hohwa, it's there. It's all over the place. So when you are made assembly heads, DCE, MCE, whatever, you have a works committee, a works department. You have people who go around and issue notices of this sort. Then issue the notice again. This notice that you go and put on people's homes. And the annoying part is that it even has a QR code and it's a red banner. That's the annoying part. That's the annoying part. You collect property rate and we don't see what you use the property rate for. So they are asking you this question this morning. Where is their property rate and what do you use it for? Do you just take delight in gathering money or collecting money from people and being boisterous and belligerent at once? Do you care about the development of the country? Because our responsibility, because all of us cannot be at the assembly, is the reason some of you have been employed to be at the assembly. And don't hide behind the politicians. When you collect the money and you get the district assembly common fund and you get your IGF and you get all those monies from the assembly or from the people, we expect that you will use the monies to make the lives of the people better. But because in the country we have so glorified mediocrity, we have so glorified the fact that, even though we know that MCs and DCs are supposed to have a certain kind of managerial expertise and experience and a certain flair, they're supposed to chair ESCO, they're supposed to be heads of the Security Council and all of that. We don't care. We just pick anybody and put them there. Because they have a party card or because we say they have been faithful to the party. The people are calling and asking you, what do you use their property rate for? Oji property rate now. Call hey property rate. They constructed their own gutter. 500 Ghana cedis per household to construct it. Where were you? Were you sleeping as an assembly? And this is to all assembly members and to all DCs and MCs. The people are beginning to wake up now. The people are asking questions. The people are demanding that when you collect their monies, you fix their street lights, you tar their roads, you construct gutters for them, you make their lives better. That's what the people are asking for. Because when it's time for you to collect the monies, you don't joke about it. Sometimes you even bring on a task force and lock the doors. Then he show me the building of the assembly, the container, where they come from to go and collect the money from the people around Sabrepor, Michel Kabalo. Show me that building again. This is your container office. Aren't you shy that you are a tenant in your own land? Aren't you shy? You are a tenant in your own land. Look at the road in front of your office. You live there and come and collect property rate. And when you collect the property rate, you don't use the property rate for the benefit of the people. Your road is bad in front of you. You are not giving yourself notices to fix it. The road in front of you, you are not giving yourself red notice to fix it. Misusing and abusing power all over. And that's what all the assemblies do. You collect monies from the people and you don't use it for the benefit of the people. What kind of this thing is that? What sort of life is that? What sort of life is that? I know roads in this town called Accra, the capital of Ghana, since I was a boy. They lived in that area, paid property rates for whatever reason. They have not seen gutters before. They have not seen tarred roads before. I know places like that, Abubu Ashekanishin. Why? But they take property rates from them every single time. Why? Are they not Ghanaians? Are they not Ghanaians? They are asking you what you use their property rate for. And go and take off this bogus notice you have put there. Go and take it off, because if you had any sense of dignity, when the people were putting together 500 Ghana cedis per household to construct their own gutter, you'd have stepped in. You watch them. They have solved their problem. The problem that they expected you to solve with the money they gave to you by law. Now you are coming to put a notice to say you defray, you want to sell the house to defray which cost? The monies you take from them, what do you use the monies for? To defray which cost? I'm asking you, to defray which cost? When you take your bath this morning and you go to work, have a change of mind. Make sure that you are serving the people. You are not lord over the people. That's why when people are going to construct their buildings per Act 936 again, they come to you to come and demand for you to give them a permit. You vet their plans and you tell them to wait. It goes through many different layers of vetting before you give them the permit. So once you've given them the permit to build, then it is your responsibility as an assembly to ensure that the necessaries of life are provided for them. Is it too hard asking for good road? Is it too hard asking for a gutter, street light, basics like this? Let's get serious in this country. Good morning.